Back again with another YouTube video. It's your boy YG. Today we're gonna react to 10 main roster WWE wrestlers held back by Dumb Creative. We're gonna react to 10 main roster WWE wrestlers held by Dumb Creative. Let's get right into the video. Come on.
So Cardona is likely being toxic, but Cardona returns.
While WWE self-produced behind-the-scenes documentaries such as the sorely missed WWE 24 series have taken fans beyond the curtain, it wasn't until the 2025 premiere of WWE Unreal on Netflix that audiences were given unfiltered access to the company's writers' room, and nobody is like what they've seen. The 2 seasons have literally exposed WWE for how out of touch they become. In one of the episodes from the second series, Road Dogg, the co-head writer for SmackDown, pitched to have Chelsea Green regain the women's US title without so much as a course of action for what will follow. And Chelsea isn't alone in the terrible creative she's had to endure, as here are 10 WWE superstars that have been held back by stupid creative. Be sure to subscribe and hit that notification. Green has faced more creative turbulence than most since returning to WWE in 2023, with a caveat constantly being attached to her accolades. She was crowned as the inaugural Women's US Champion, but the title became an afterthought almost straight away, and it quickly failed in comparison to the Women's IC Championship on Raw. She formed a promising tag team with Ethan Page, but their compelling work has been confined to NXT and AAA. She debuted an offshoot American President gimmick, but much of her best work under the guise has come via her own social media profiles. Like with many before her, WWE just doesn't get Chelsea Green, and that isn't an accusation, it's a fact. During the second season of WWE Unreal, Michael Hayes, WWE's senior producer and vice president of creative writing and booking, boldly declared that Chelsea's job was to elevate other stars, not be the star.
See, I don't really know too much about her as a wrestler. I think she won the females US title. I'm not sure.
Herself. As untrue as this statement was, it helped somewhat showcase just how out of touch WWE has become, as well as their continued inability to create new stars. Number 9, The Wyatt Six. WWE has historically struggled with.
Yeah, they're like a repackaged, but they weren't pushed the right way, so they got released.
How to present supernatural characters, especially in today's age where all believability has been thrown into the bin. The Undertaker and Kane remain the biggest successes within the genre, but if Mark Calaway had tried to debut that gimmick at any point within the last 10 years, he'd be as memorable as Eric Escobar. Unfortunately, the Wyatt Six are standing shoulder to shoulder with Eric Escobar in that analogy, not the dead man. Based on a thought from the complex mind of Bray Wyatt, the stable was a neat idea on paper, bringing.
We have a advertisement, which we don't really care for.
Dallas, Bray's legitimate brother, Eric Rowe, Bray's former teammate in the Wyatt family, and Joe Gacy, Dexter Lumis, and Nikki Cross, all 3 of whom had previously excelled under similar gimmicks. The group debuted in a scorching show-closing angle on the June 17, 2024 Raw, dismantling the gorilla position and everyone in their path, including bloodying Chad Gable. But everything since then, well, it's been an absolute flop. Triple H evidently has no idea how to book the group beyond their debut. Their matches all blend into one, and their feuds are drawn out in direction.
He straight sold that. Did y'all see that? He sold
Group
that.
beyond their debut. Their matches all blend into one, and their feuds are drawn out and directionless, while their week-to-week involvement in WWE programming is typically restrained to Bo Dallas hacking into the live feed to deliver the same pointless promo. It's gotten bland and tiresome to watch, which seemed impossible when they first arrived. How did WWE Creative drop the ball so badly with the stable in such short time? Number 8, Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate. With Triple H sitting as WWE's head of creative, you could safely assume that Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate would be immune to whatever creative hellfire escaped the writers' room. The game has long been a supporter of both men, having helped them get their start in WWE in 2017 and made it a priority to showcase them heavily at the start of 2024. But this is when Tyler went down with a torn pectoral muscle. Once he was cleared to return, he and Dunne were stripped of their impeccable in-ring skills, forced to don masks as Bravo and
they really, those two were known in, what's it called, NXT UK, or the United Kingdom tournament around that time.
Rayo Americano respectively, and aligned with Ludwig Kaiser, the second coming of El Grande Americano, or so we've been led to believe. Like Kaiser, the Brits have taken to the bumbling luchadors gimmick like a fish to water, but it is no way to utilize 2 of the best in-ring workers the company has ever had in its employment. Unlike Kaiser though, neither Tyler Bate nor Pete Dunne will be in a better position than they were before once they eventually lose their mask. Given the way that Triple H operates, he'll forget that he was ever interested in them and they'll be relegated to dark matches on main event. Number 7. AJ Lee. Now it may sound ridiculous to include AJ Lee on the list of wrestlers currently being held back, given that she's about to challenge Becky Lynch for the Women's Intercontinental Championship at Elimination Chamber.
This is an old video, but we're gonna we're reacting to it. But AJ Lee won that match. What are they doing with AJ Lee now? Like, I haven't really been paying attention, but is she still champion? No, I think she dropped it. I have not really been paying attention. But her, Becky Lynch dropping the title, I think people wanted Becky Lynch to retain that night. I don't remember.
But the creative that has been written for her character following her euphoric return has afforded her no opportunity to grow. Now part of that, to be fair, comes down to AJ's own trepidation. She explained to Stephanie McMahon on our What's Your Story podcast that she is cautious about what she commits to, hence her lack of continuous presence across WWE programming. When she does appear though, it becomes clear that WWE has only rolled her out to grab a pop from the live crowd. That has tragically formed the entire basis of her second WWE stint. She returns now and again, gets a deafening reaction that WWE can clip for social media to show that they're still the biggest game in town, and then she goes away again. This isn't what anybody wanted from AJ Lee's return, and sadly, it may not get any better anytime soon, even if she does dethrone Becky Lynch. Number 6. Omos. Omos was ultimately doomed from the minute Vince McMahon exited WWE in 2022. The 7'3", 416-pound Colossus, the Nigerian giant was a constant
7'3".
fixture on WWE television in the latter days of McMahon's regime, and he was even booked to win the Raw Tag Team Championships alongside AJ Styles in his first televised match at WrestleMania 37 no less. Subsequent angles saw him feud with Styles, RK Bro, and Bobby Lashley, but he slowly faded away from regular gigs once Triple H took over. It seems that towering giants don't have much of a place in the game's WWE, and proof of that statement exists in Omos' cage match profile. Since 2023, he's wrestled just 10
Yeah, he's like, he didn't really have much competition. We're seeing wrestlers. He had his magic thing against Brock. Maybe a couple mid-card
times on WWE television, the majority of which were either squash matches or battle royals. The rest of the time, Omos has done the rounds on both the main roster and NXT live event circuits, and it's been sent on excursions to Pro Wrestling Noah in Japan, and more recently, the WWE-owned
I mean, for his height, he should have been pushed.
AAA in Mexico. He's performing phenomenally there, having aligned with El Hijo del Vikingo, but why would WWE allow one of its biggest attractions to find this level of success anywhere other than Raw and SmackDown? Number 5. JC Mateo. Even what I would probably not. Mateo achieving the US champion ground character
We're skipping this guy right here because we don't know him.
for WWE at Backlash 2025, helping Jacob Fatu retain the US championship and joining the MFTs. And well, that
I didn't even pay attention to him, this wrestler. Like, that's how you know.
was it. Ever since he's become a background character, almost
I don't really know him in the Bloodline storyline much.
immediately, playing second fiddle to Solo Sikoa's feud with Fatu. Mateo wasn't even a muscle of
I think I've seen him around though. I just don't know too much about his gimmick, his character.
the group. That role fell upon Talatonga, the renamed Hikuliu who had followed JC to WWE from New Japan. And with Tamatonga and Tongaloa serving as comical as a point, Sami Zayn as someone whose creative is holding them back.
He just won big title, but he just dropped it last night.
A consistent piece of the upper mid-card picture since 2022, Zayn was at the core of one of the biggest stories ever told in WWE. He won the Undisputed Tag Team Championships with his best friend in the WrestleMania main event, and just
He still ain't get pushed just because you won this Universal Championship, not Universal, Undisputed. Just because you won that World Championship, he didn't get pushed because he didn't keep that title for long.
challenged Drew McIntyre for the Undisputed title at the Royal Rumble in Saudi Arabia. But he lost, and that's where the issues lie. Reports emerged following the Rumble that Triple H decided on the day that Drew should retain against Sami. Not only does that reflect poorly on his ability to book far in advance, particularly with WrestleMania 42 on the horizon, it also marked a continued disinterest from the game in crowning Sami Zayn as a poster boy at WWE, with his loss to Drew McIntyre making his fourth failed World Championship match since Triple H took over. The
4 failed championship opportunities.
story was all there too, given that Drew had previously beaten Sami a shocking 11 times. But now it looks as though Sami Zayn is stuck in mid-card purgatory yet again. Number 3, R-Truth. The saga of R-Truth leaving and returning to WWE in 2025 was more complicated
Yeah,
than
he should have got his push. He never got his push. He just did a lot for the company. Never got world champion, but he's won most titles. US, I think he's won an IC title. I could be wrong. He was in that storyline where they were, I think it was the Money in the Bank thing back in 2015 at the WrestleMania, and they were doing the stealing the IC title and running away from it, running away with it. I remember that.
it ever needed to be. So let's break
He's got little pushes, but he's never won no titles. He fought John Cena, but he didn't do nothing much. You know what I mean? So,
it down. Truth lost his childhood hero John Cena, whom he also dressed as.
I mean, I'm not talking about the Cena. I'm not talking about now Cena. I'm talking about Capital Punishment. When like R-Truth was a heel, when he was a bad guy. Yeah.
For the match at May Saturday Night's main event. 1 week later, he took to X to detail his imminent departure from WWE at the expiration of his contract. An outcry from colleagues and fans he Truth so does Punk. And the wrong would be an untruth as wrestler. He couldn't have a decent in pro wrestling as one of the forbidding its talent from.
Alright, that was 10 main roster WWE wrestlers held back by Dumb Creative. I got more videos coming. Stay tuned. Subscribe, like, comment. And yeah, Uriah out.